very juicy final indeed. The lineup is Panarina of Belarus, Sandy Clare from France, Becky James of Great Britain, Christina Vogel from Germany, and also in there from Hong Kong is Li Wai-si, and then we've got Ekaterina Nedenko from Russia. But you're looking there at Panarina, and she impressed me greatly in the previous ride.
Well, we mentioned a little earlier that they've had a long weekend's competition, 3 days of it, and I think Panarina has emerged possibly the least sore of all of them, because she was very sharp in that last ride. But Li too of Hong Kong actually looked pretty good in her qualifying ride, so those two very interesting.
Away we go, and Becky James gets the front position. Vogel sits in her wheel. So obviously that was a game plan that they talked through before the start. And it's James tucked in safely then on the guard. Vogel second wheel. Panarina at the moment in a traditional position. She always tends to ride these from the back and then comes with a late rush all the way around the outside, expending loads of energy. But Panarina is very strong.
It's a high-risk strategy to wait for everybody else to keep jostling and pushing for the best part of 2 laps and then tire themselves out and coming in right at the death, but he has made it a tactic that's worked well for her.
Former world champion for the 500-metre time trial, Panarina, so she's got plenty of energy and speed for 2 laps, and she's also won medals at the World Championships. Never managed to clinch the rainbow jersey, but she's been silver and bronze, so Panarina is a serious contender here. Vogel trying to add another gold medal to the one she got in the sprint. Crouching style of all the riders, all very similar in size. And then Becky James to cover herself in glory here.
It is, as the old saying goes, a big ask to do it from the front, so you can probably do as the motorbike swings off and get one body in front. But the upside to being out the front, of course, is you're always taking the shortest route around the track. You're not having constant fights and changes of pace. So it does have some advantages.
Just shy of the maximum speed for the Derny now. 41 kilometres an hour. Against it drops off. We'll have hit that 45. The required top speed to set the race up. James still looks comfortable. Vogel obviously concerned about who he's going to make the first move. She's looking over that right shoulder, and James is doing the same. Watch Panarina at the back, likely to attack in the concluding stages. James still waiting and waiting for company. 2 to go this time.
Very different race this. Everybody's playing a cautious game and waiting for the sprint to start, and I think that plays into Becky James's hands here. She's dictating the pace and everybody's letting her do it.
Sandy Clare of France is now starting to come round the outside, and also Christina Vogel moving on, but it's James that's leading it out. But Vogel's going to come over the top of James, and James is fighting hard to maintain her place, but it's Vogel now that's leading down the back straight, and inevitably we're going to have the charge also from Panarina, but Panarina's left it too late. Vogel takes it on the line. Vogel takes the goal. Second was Nedenko of Russia, and in third place was Li Wai-si of Hong Kong.
Christina Vogel couldn't have asked for a better race there. Becky James leading it out and just holding the pace for her. And she was able to have the legs, she had the confidence to know that she could wait until somebody tried to make a move from the back and nip out before she was boxed in to get around the outside. I was wondering whether Becky James could have just found enough to stick on the wheel of the German, but all that weekend's racing has taken its toll a little bit. It just wasn't there for her tonight.
So Vogel completes a brace of victories in the sprint disciplines. She wins the individual sprint and the Keirin. There's the second and third coming over the line. Nedenko of Russia from C of Hong Kong, and Becky James settling for 5th position. You can actually start to realise that the Germans are starting to get their act together when it comes to sprinting. They've won the women's sprint, and they're going to get gold and silver in the men's as well.
And as Chris Hoy pointed out before, they've brought a very strong squad here. Not really a great deal of changing over, bringing in newcomers, giving them some experience. It's the experienced riders they've brought on the whole.
So there's the result confirmed. Vogel has won the women's sprint and the women's Keirin. The Germans have won the men's Keirin and they're now set up to win the men's sprint as well, so they're having a very good World Cup.